Welcome back to your luxury podcast, your favorite luxury podcast, your favorite destination for luxury that you can see, feel, and hear. I mean, can we give it up for you? Like, seriously, let's give it up for you because you are really about that luxury living. And for those who are new, no worries, boo. I got you. There is so much space for you in VIP. Go to savethegirlgirl.com and please be sure to subscribe to the website where you are going to receive wonderful newsletters from me. And I'm pretty social and I want us to like really get to know each other and look cute. So you can follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, or Threads, because we got some things to discuss. And this is your first luxury listening experience. And you'll see what I'm talking about as you continue to listen. So, you know what, guys? I was really thinking about like launches. When products have different launches and companies have launches and people have launches of something new and something fresh. When life just feels a little stale and we just need a little bit of rebranding, a little freshness, something new. I thought about that because I did launch something, which I am going to discuss, but I did think about it in our lives because we might need a little sprucing up. Let's talk about that because there's some things I wanted to share with you guys that I think might help if you're feeling a little stagnant. You know what? I can't record unless my space or myself smells amazing. Actually, both. Actually, both. I need to have my space smell amazing as well as myself. It just creates an ambiance for me to be calm. Aromatherapy really helps me and to deliver my message in a way that's cohesive and easy and smooth, I actually lit up a new candle. It has the notes of cranberry and citrus. It smells amazing. And I'm actually wearing a new spritz from Philosophy called Lemon Custard. That fragrance, this body spray smells amazing. I wish they had it in fragrance form. Lately, I don't know what it is about lemon scented items, but y'all, maybe like 2 years ago, I grew an affinity for lemon scented fragrances, whether it's like in the bar of soap, body scrub, body wash, body butter, fragrances, like anything citrus, but particularly with lemon. I have been really, really liking, but this lemon custard scent from Philosophy, let me tell you, I sprayed it on me like crazy, right? Because, body sprays. So I'm like spraying all over the place. And then I went into a pizza shop. And when I walked in, the ladies were like, oh my God, who is that? Like, I felt like it was like an angel walking in. And I'm like, oh, you talking about me? Thanks, boo. But y'all, Philosophy, lemon custard. If you ever see it anywhere, smell it, let it sit in your skin for like a minute. And you will see, you won't regret it. It smells so good. So, y'all, I went to pray. And one of the things that I thanked God for was my creativity and my mindset that He gave me because I am able to take certain experiences and like connect it together. And I think truthfully, we all do, but I'm using my platform to share that with you guys. And I recently launched something which led me to do this episode about relaunching yourself exquisitely, how to relaunch yourself in a beautiful, well executed way. And I thought about when companies launch a product or a new concept, what goes into that? When a company is launching a product or a concept, they want to solve a need, they want to solve a problem. There has to be a solution for the consumer to buy into it. So there's a lot of work that goes into a launch. Number one, you have to identify what is the product, what is the concept, what is it going to look like, what are the colors, what is the theme, who is the consumer, what do they like, right? So there's a lot of research that goes into it. And then you have to think about the idea behind it, right? The idea of how do you want this product to be out there? What kind of marketing channels do you want to utilize? And just understanding who your consumer is. Then, okay, boom, you have the product. Wonderful. Now we know exactly what the concept is. We know what the product is. We know the colors. We know exactly what's going on. We know exactly what the solutions are. Now we got to think about the marketing, social media. Are you going to work with different influencers or celebrities and all of that to get attention to the product? Then you do a test. So you want to test it out to see some companies do this, or some just do a launch. You might want to test it out and talk to people and see what's going on, or you might just launch it. You might just launch your product. So I feel like when I thought about the whole process, and I'm skipping some steps because there's definitely more steps to launching a product, but when I thought about the steps that it takes to launch a product, when I thought about how companies go into rebranding, the example that I'm thinking about initially right now is Coach. Coach went through a complete rebrand in terms of the fashion industry. The products do not look the same from how it did about 15 years ago. Somebody took over and they're doing a phenomenal job, I have to say. The bags are looking timeless. The leather, the materials, the style, it's not as cheesy. Uh, I don't know if you guys remember how Coach used to look. Very cheesy, very but now it's like classic, classy, very elegant. So it had to go through a rebrand. Now Coach is still Coach. The logo is still the logo. The products and the way that it is administered to us now is different. Even their marketing and advertising is different. So I thought about us, how we sometimes need to do a relaunch. And how do we relaunch ourselves exquisitely? How do we relaunch ourselves in a very beautiful, well executed way? When you feel a little off, like maybe something just doesn't seem right. Maybe you just feel like your schedule is too monotonous. You're doing the same thing over and over again. You're going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, doing this, da, da, da. Like there's no break, there's no excitement, there's no color in your day. Because I remember feeling like that. Like I just didn't feel right. I didn't feel good. And I don't think everybody feels like that. I think some people have succumbed to a certain lifestyle and they're like, I'm fine with the way I'm living. But for me, I didn't feel that way. But the issue that I had was I couldn't identify what it was. I just didn't feel right. And I think sometimes life can feel a little stale, like chips. When you have chips and it's crunchy and it's fresh and you're like, oh, this is good. But when you're eating something that's stale, it's like, I need to get another bag, or I need to get something new, something fresh. And how do we do that, right? How do we identify what's missing and what's wrong? And how do we actually get ourselves back out there? Now, when I'm saying relaunch, I am not talking about how brands do it. This can be a private relaunch for yourself. There's many areas in our lives that might need a little freshness, a little attention, a little remarketing for us internally, so that we can just feel better. Because I've noticed and I've seen and I have witnessed and I definitely know that when you're not at your best self, when you don't feel good, everybody around you suffers. We are missing the light that you have. We are missing your creativity. We are missing your smiles. We are missing your fun. We are missing your energy. Something is being missed because you're not in sync. You're not aligned. You're not together. You just feel confused. You just feel down. And I think this is when it comes time to think about, I don't feel good, but I need to explore this a little deeper. Because how do we actually rebrand our life? The reason why I called it relaunching yourself is because you're already launched. You're here. The minute you were born, you are launched. You are here. You made it to earth. And I was actually talking to my mother, she's a nurse, and she said that before giving birth, a baby's heartbeat, the baby's heartbeat beats 50 million times while they are in the womb. Isn't that beautiful? If you think about the amount of things that can happen, right, to a woman when she gives birth, but you made it out. I mean, I think about it and I think it's absolutely beautiful because not everybody makes it, but we did, right? We did. So we already been launched. We've been in these streets. We have been in pain. We have been in joy. We have laughed. We have cried. We have made friends. We have lost friends. We have loved. We have been in love. We have been heartbroken. We have been in our careers and happy and heightened. We have been let go and laid off and fired and confused. I mean, we go through a lot of emotions, but we are still here. So, how can we actually rebrand, and relaunch ourselves, the first thing I think is important is identifying that something needs to shift. There's something in the schedule that has to be broken. One of the things I think is very important is how you are with your organization. When I don't write in my planner, when I don't like write down tasks, I don't feel good. I cannot, and I don't think many of us can remember every single thing that I need to do. I can't. So that makes me feel out of wax, right? Because now I was like, I have to do this, I have to do that, I gotta do this. And it makes me feel overwhelmed. And then I don't do it because now I procrastinate because I don't want to do it because I feel like it's too much. So organization is key. I feel like just kind of getting back to that groove, whatever works for you, whether it's like a planner, your phone, notes, post-its, whatever. I think it really helps to just kind of write out like, what do I need to do this week? Right? Because we need room to relaunch ourselves. And you're not going to have any room mentally if you're thinking about 20,000 things and you have to do 20,000 things. When you are overwhelmed, every task becomes bigger than what it is. And I know for me, I exasperate things that doesn't need to be because I'm just overwhelmed. And it's just like any little thing, I'm like, oh my God, now I got to do this, now I got to do that. And when that happens, I don't leave any room to be creative and to really think about what I want to do in a positive way. I don't want to think about what I want to do when it's actually good, but I'm making it negative because I'm overwhelmed and I'm tired and I don't want to do it. So it's just one more thing, even if it is positive. It's just one more thing I need to do. So I feel like identifying, right? I feel off. I feel weird. Starting with just listing out your task. Let's just start there. What do I have to do this week? What do I have to do? Just listing it out. Okay, I need to make a doctor's appointment. I need to email this person. We have to talk in our to ourselves in that way because I'm telling you, the minute that you make it bigger than what it is, you will procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate, and it's going to take longer to relaunch yourself. Does that make sense to y'all? Right? It's going to take longer. If you think about it, right? If a product is ready to be launched and we're waiting for, let's say, the marketing team to approve something, and we are waiting and waiting and waiting, now it's like we're missing marks. If the product is supposed to be launched, a few weeks ago, now we're waiting and waiting and waiting. These are opportunities that we are now missing. So I beg to question, what opportunities are you missing from procrastinating, from not being organized, from not checking in with yourself? What opportunities are we missing? And these are questions that I'm also asking myself. What opportunities am I missing when I'm not giving every area attention? Because I feel off. I know that I feel off. It's confirmed. So how can I translate that and make it more powerful than versus saying, I don't know, I feel bad. I don't know, how do I make that powerful? And you know what? This whole mindset started when I decided to launch something new. Let's get into that. When I was in a deep depression, I was not talking to anyone. I was not getting dressed. I was not taking care of my skin. I was not spraying perfume. I was not going out. Everything was black, everything was dark, and everything was just not me, right? And because I was experiencing something I have never experienced before to that level, I didn't know how to act emotionally. And the only thing I could do was be reclusive at that time. And the only thing that I enjoyed watching was listening to TD Jakes' sermon because I needed something to help me spiritually to remind me of how powerful God is, and watching lifestyle content. So the lifestyle content, watching people fix their bedrooms, watching people talk about skincare routine, watching people put perfume on, watching videos about how to be feminine, how to be soft, watching videos about, look at how I take care of my skin at night. Look at the body butters that I'm using. Look at the pillows that I got and how I decorated my room. All of these things really helped me because these are things that I did enjoy. But during a deep time like this, when I knew that I didn't want to stay down, my goal was not to stay down, but I needed help to get up. But because I wasn't really talking to people, how was I going to get the influence? And I don't think that content creators get enough credit for the good things that they do. I know that social media has a very bad rap. I know that people have concerns, but there is a positive side to social media. And I was watching those videos, the positive content, the lifestyle content, the encouraging content, the how to be soft, how to get back up, how to have a nice schedule, how to, I needed to see that. And although these are things that I knew, when you're going through something deep, it's like you forgot and you needed that little shake, that little, hey girl, wake up. And those videos really, really helped me out. So once I started to get back into the swing of things and slowly spending time with people and talking to my cousin about skincare routine, like she literally sent me a voice note, Erica, cleanser, toner. Like I needed those instructions because at that time, y'all, I'm not going to lie to you, everything was blank for me. So, being a part of that, going to the stores and smelling something new, smelling a new fragrance, being captivated by body butters, being captivated by a new candle, all of these things really helped me because I've noticed that when I did have this around me, I was calmer and I was more receptive to conversation and being around people. So, it really, really did something powerful for me. And I decided earlier this year that I wanted to do a lifestyle page because I felt like this was my way of giving back. These are things that I naturally enjoy. And if somebody did it for me, I could do it for someone else. So, in addition to Save the Good Girl, I'm like, I really want to do a lifestyle page because I do love candles. I do love restaurants and experiences. I do love home decor. I do love body butters. I do love recipes and cooking. I do love home decor and anything that's aesthetically pleasing. I love all of these things naturally. And I would share it on my Instagram page and just put it on my page naturally. And then people would reach out to me like, oh, where did you get that? Or where were you? Or how was this? Or how was that? So, and I never mind sharing. So I thought to myself, what if I created my own lifestyle page? And this is where the why came in. The why came in because I'm like, if people are really going through the things that I've went through and maybe watching this could also help them, why not do it? So I was intentional, y'all. I was intentional when I decided to come back to the podcast. When I decided that I wanted to do lifestyle content, the first thing I had to do was upgrade my phone because the phone that I had was a little older and I didn't have any space. And I knew that I wanted to record really great quality videos. Now, did I know anything else? No. I just knew I had an idea. So what I was doing was just recording things that I do. I went to go get ramen, I recorded that. I went to go pick up my iPad, I recorded that. I went to something, I went to some place very beautiful, I recorded that. I went to a vineyard, I recorded that. So just like simple things like that, simple things like that. And before you know it, I had over like 70 videos, like 70 videos worth of content on my phone, maybe even more, to be honest with you, because I was just inspired by anything beautiful, captivating, fun, light, refreshing. When fragrances, I went to Saks Fifth Avenue with my friend and I'm just spraying different fragrances. Like, oh, I like that. I like that. So I just recorded things that I liked, handbags that I liked, just recording that, coffee that I like, creamers that I like. So I'm like, I really want to do a lifestyle page and I'm just going to record these videos. So I did that. I recorded all of my experiences and all of that. So I had the idea for quite some time. And now the next step was, how am I going to launch this? Because I wanted the page to look a certain way and feel a certain way. I didn't want it to be like any other lifestyle page. I wanted it to be me. So how am I going to launch it? And what is the name? So I'm writing down different names, right? I'm thinking about different ideas and concepts. And I came across the word exquisite. And exquisite means extremely beautiful and delicate. It's an adjective. And the words that were associated with it was well executed, well designed, right? And I'm just like, ooh, well executed. This is the kind of content that I want to provide to my, sorry, y'all. I was trying to show you guys something. Well, show you guys something, say it. And then my phone actually went somewhere else. So well crafted, well made, and well executed. And I saw that and I said, perfect. This is the name. This is the name. Well crafted, well made, well executed content is exactly what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to provide. It's aligned with my luxury theme for Save the Good Girl. I'm like exquisitely Erica. There it is. So now I have the name and I'm excited. The name is there. So I got the social media for the name. I love everything about it. And now I'm sitting on this content. I'm sitting on this page. And I decided to do it on Instagram and TikTok because I am going to post videos. So I'm sitting on this content for months, for months. So finally I decided, I'm like, yo, I got so many videos on my phone. It's ridiculous. I got to put it out there. So once I decided on a design that I liked, once I started editing my videos, because I will say I was overwhelmed because I had a lot of content, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to do these reels and videos and voiceovers, and I just was making it a big deal. I was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely was. But once I got out of my head, it became fun. And I was excited to add the brands and talk to people and discuss things that I liked. You know what I mean? So I had videos about skincare, fragrances, coffee shops, the recipes, the home, my nails, like anything that I was doing. I was like, yes, I'm going to create these videos. So I created these videos, y'all. I designed, I had this concept of how I wanted the page to look and how I wanted to explain the page, right? Exquisitely Erica, what does that mean to me? I think it's very important to disclose the why. Yes, I could have just came out and said, yeah, I'll have a page, but I like to give the backstory behind everything that I do because I think it's important. It really shows your dedication to what you're doing and that there's a bigger concept than just me, putting videos out there. So I became very excited, and that excitement caused me to be confident creatively, and everything started to flow. And now I have a theme, and now I have a design, and now I feel good, and now I'm ready for the launch. I'm ready for the launch. And as I'm launching, right? Because I had my why, because I knew exactly what I wanted to do, because I knew exactly how I wanted the page to be, because I knew what the problem was and what the solution I could provide to people, I felt good. I felt good about the launch. I felt ready. I felt confident. And then now I launched it so you guys can follow Exquisitely Erica on Instagram as well as TikTok. And I am going to have another segment on SaveTheGoodGirl.com, like another tab for Exquisitely Erica articles as well and blog posts. So perfume and all of that. I will share that with you guys on there as well. So if you're on Instagram, please follow. You're gonna love it. Like the the content that I have on there is really nice, I have to say. So if you haven't checked it out, please check it out, follow the page, and of course, let me know your feedback. So as I launched it, right, I'm like, yeah, I did it. And it wasn't that hard. And I feel good and I feel proud. I started thinking about, girl, what are other areas in your life that deserves a relaunch or a launch? What is another area that deserves attention the same way you gave this new project attention? I thought about that. And that is where the inspiration came from about relaunching because it was a project for me to get this out. I had to think about the idea, the why, the concept, the name, the colors, the page, the videos, editing, voiceovers, the music, right? The caption. All of these things were important. And I'm like, how can I apply the same concept to my life? And how can you apply the concept of relaunching yourself, relaunching your life? Relaunching yourself exquisitely is a fresh start. Maybe something is missing, or maybe something that you have done in the past is not working. We all need some freshening up sometimes. And when I think about it, I think about like laundry and taking a really great shower. By the way, I don't know what the issue is with people taking showers. I don't understand this conversation. I love taking a shower. I feel so fresh and so clean. Shout out to Outcast. I feel so good. But I feel like when you are refreshing yourself, right? You know, when you do a good laundry and your clothes and your linen, everything just smells good. It's just clean. You know, you take a good shower, you have your lotion, your body butter, your deodorant, just everything just smells amazing. Right? When I think about relaunching ourselves, I think about that concept, right? Something fresh, something new, something different, something that's going to ignite us and excite us. That's what we need. And I thought about it in a way of, how do we do this in our lives? What does that look like to you? If somebody asked you, how would you relaunch yourself? How would you rebrand yourself? What is some of the things that instantly comes to your mind? I want you to think about that, because I think as we are growing and we're getting into this luxurious place, that is something we have to remember. We are luxury. However, it does not mean we don't need a rebrand like Coach. It does not mean that we don't need to rebrand within ourselves, right? People rebrand themselves all the time. So, what does that look like to you? Does it mean your mindset needs some refreshing? Do you feel like you're a little negative? Do you feel like you are a bit of a hater? Are you comparing yourself a lot? Do you feel like you are behind in life? Do you feel like this is the end for you? Do you feel like you're giving up? Do you feel like you're lazy? Do you feel like you get excited for a little bit and then it quickly dies down? Do you feel like you need some spirituality? Maybe you need to pray more or go to church or watch something positive. Do you feel like you need some freshening up in your space? Maybe a new paint color in your home. Maybe a new linen set. Maybe a new comforter. Maybe some new pillows. Maybe a new candle. Maybe a new um I don't know, like a new painting, right? Wall art, right? Do you feel like you need some freshening when it comes to your relationships? Maybe your friendships, maybe your partner, your love life. Maybe your friendships in a way that you're realizing that you are growing apart from people. Maybe you don't feel the same way that you used to feel. Maybe the conversations you're having with people are stale. Maybe you find yourself getting like, ugh, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I've realized for me that I am changing. At first, I was questioning, why am I so annoyed? you know, is it me? And I realized, yeah, it is you. Because there're just certain conversations that I don't care to have anymore. I don't care about the tea. The only tea I care about is what I'm drinking in my cup. I don't care about what's going on. I don't care for details. I don't care to hear the same thing over and over again. I don't want to hear anything that's too negative. I know we all go through things in life, but I don't want to hear it, right? Because I think when you are in transition, you are very sensitive, and everything that you watch or listen to can affect how you move. And I'm not here for it. Mm-mm. So I find myself really getting out of conversations or just not wanting to talk to certain people because I'm not here for what you're discussing anymore, right? Relaunching, right? Relaunching. I am relaunching the way that I speak. I am relaunching what I listen to. I am relaunching what I entertain. I am not the same. When you are relaunching, you are not the same. You may have elements, right, that are you, because you're never going to change you, right? You are you. I've been the same. I have the same personality from childhood, although yes, we grow up, we da da da, but there's just certain elements to me that just hasn't changed, right? Cool. Standard. For example, Coach, I'm just using that because I talked about it earlier. Coach is a fashion brand. They are not going to sell burgers, right? Off brand. Okay, off brand. They are still selling handbags. They're just selling it differently. different styles. So the essence of you will never change. But is it the environment, the materials, the style has to shift, right? So, do we have to relaunch how we date? Do we have to relaunch how we view love? Have we been so heartbroken that we are now negative or scared to get heartbroken again? Do we have to change the way we view love with other people in our family, in our friendships, romantically, right? How is love showing up for you in your mind? How are you dating? Are you actually taking the time to think about what's happening? What I've been noticing lately is that this might have to be another podcast, but I'm going to say it real quick, okay? I don't think people take the time to be present and to understand what they are doing and how they contribute to what's happening in their lives. It cannot always be the other person. I also do believe that you attract certain things in your life. So if you are attracting a particular type of person, that lets me know that you might need a break to think about what the problems are and to relaunch and rebrand yourself because you're not getting the results that you need, right? Are we approaching this the wrong way, right? When it comes to love and dating, what is your mindset when it comes to that? Do we need to relaunch the way we eat, the way we exercise, the way we feel, right? Could we do a little better? Like, I'll be honest, I'm not really a breakfast person. I drink coffee. It's so bad. I drink coffee and then I don't eat until like 3, 4 o'clock. That's horrible, right? So that's something else I have to relaunch. Like, I need to do better when it comes to that. Do we have to relaunch what we watch? Do we have to relaunch who we follow on social media or how often we are on social media? What are certain things that we need to change about that? Because, watching negative things, y'all, it affects us. This is why I say luxury listening, because I am producing a podcast that I want to have you feel good every time you're done listening and enrich your mind. That's what I want to do. That's the goal. That's the mission. And I hope that I'm doing that for you. But that's what I want to do. So I'm saying all of this, right, to say what areas of our lives requires attention that we are not providing. And it doesn't have to be one at a time. You can relaunch your mindset, your friendships, your love life, your diet, your social media, all at the same time. You can. This is for you. This is also for me because I am a one at a time type of girl. Like, I can't handle this, right? But the reality is life doesn't work like that. Do you know how much power there is when you're present? When you're actually still? When you actually sit down and think to yourself, "Nah, I don't like this." The reason why I talk to you guys about my belief system is because I sat one day, right? And I did not like the thoughts that were coming to my mind. And that's when I realized, girl, do you really believe that you can have the life that you always dreamed of? Like, do you believe it? Or are you just saying it? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh my God, do I believe it? And I realized that I didn't. These things do not happen when you're moving around, when you're a rat race, when you're just kind of like your mind is everywhere, scatterbrained. It doesn't happen. There is so much power when you are still and you really think to yourself, yo, I'm not happy. These are the areas that I'm not really happy about. Like, I don't think I like this anymore. Whether it's your job, do you have to relaunch your career, right? I even got to a place in my career where I'm like, I'm going to work and I felt like a robot. I feel like my schedule was very monotonous and just robotic. Like, went to work, come home, da da da, went to work, come, and I didn't like that. It wasn't exciting anymore. It wasn't fun to me anymore. I needed to be ignited. And when you get to that place, y'all, that means that it is 100% time for a relaunch. If anything that I just said triggered a thought in your mind, it is time for a relaunch. It is time. It is time. And there's no perfect time than now. I am on a quest to relaunch many areas within my life, many areas. And launching Exquisitely Erica really inspired me. Because it's like, girl, if you could do this, you could relaunch many things, your mindset, you know, what you entertain, relaunching your feelings about certain things, you know? And I'm just like, I think I'm onto something because I know we could do it. I know we could do it, but it requires a lot of honesty from us. And that's really hard for a lot of people, to be honest, and really think about the truth and what's bothering. People don't like the truth. I know the truth hurts, y'all. I know. I know. I know. We don't want to deal with it. But in order for us to really live the life that we want, that's not stale, like them chips you need to throw out, we got to get some freshness. It's time. It's time to take a life shower. It's time. I did an episode, like a few episodes back, about how life updates you without you even knowing it. And it's a shock to the body. It's a shock to the mind. It's a shock to our psyche. It's a shock to the ego. It's a shock to how we perform. It's very shocking because it happens out of nowhere. Just like how our phones get updated, and it's like, how do we use this phone? you know, I do feel like as we go through experiences in life, we do get updated. You are not the same person after you've gone through certain things or been through certain things or have seen certain things. So life updates us. And unfortunately, when life updates us for some people, it's too much to bear. So it's like, ooh, I don't want to deal with that. So I'm just going to operate on the old system. And we can't do that. In order to live luxuriously, we cannot operate under an old system that does not work for us now. We're growing and we're changing. As I stated to you guys earlier, I have grown to love lemon scented fragrances and body butters and stuff. I never used to like that. I never used to like that. You know what else I didn't like? Pickles. I didn't like pickles. Now I love it, right? So we are changing. Our taste buds literally is changing. Certain things I used to eat, I can't eat no more because my body can't take it. Certain shows I used to like, I don't really care for no more. Certain conversations, I'm like, dub, I don't want to deal with it no more. So if you think about the changes that we're going through within our bodies, right? What's happening within us? What's happening within us? So we do have to take that life shower. We have to cleanse out what's not working for us anymore. Maybe you're in a relationship that's not working. Maybe you're in a friendship that's not working. Maybe you're at a job that's not working. Maybe your mindset is not working. Maybe the food that you're making is not working. Maybe the way that you're dating is not working. Maybe your business model, it's not working. Something is not working. We know something is off. Something has not been successful. You have tried it your way and it's not working. Maybe spiritually, it's not working. Maybe your organizational skills is messing you up and it's not working. It's time for a relaunch. The beautiful thing about life, what I love is that we have the opportunity to recreate ourselves every single day. Every day that you wake up is another chance. you know what I mean? So it's not like, oh my God, I have this launch for myself and now I messed up again. You know, when people are trying to lose weight and like they've been doing so good and then they eat like, I don't know, chicken nuggets or something. That does not take away from the efforts you've done all week. Now, after you had those chicken nuggets, that's it though. you know what I mean? We got to get back to, right? But I love and I appreciate that every time you wake up, you can change your mind. You can do it again. You can try again, right? It's okay. It's okay. So I had to go through this experience, like with launching Exquisitely Erica, to really sit back and think about my life and think about how this could be of service to you, to remind you that it's okay. The career, the love, the friendships, the relationships, the home, the job, the body, it's coming. But it won't come unless we do a rebrand and a relaunch. And it has to start with the mindset first. Once your mindset is in order, when you conquer your mind, you can conquer the world. There is literally nothing that you can't do. And I love watching videos about people talking about their homes and their businesses. And I'm seeing all these things happen. Why can it not be us? The difference between us and those people is number one, they believe in themselves enough to dare to try. Number two, they have a formula. I don't care what area of success you're trying to get, there has to have a formula and a plan. Something. You know what I mean? Something. Something has to work. Something has to be in order, right? So, why can't it be us? Why can't it be us? Why? I've realized that I am not giving every area of my life attention, and I don't like it because it is a priority to me. But to be honest, the way that I'm moving like it's not a priority. I'm moving like it's not, but it is. And I've realized that I had to change my mindset with this whole one at a time. It's not working for me. It's not working. So how do I shift that? And I've shared this, but I do have anxiety. I do get very anxious. I get very nervous. I get scared. I get worried. I go through all the things, right? That doesn't help either. But my friend said something to me today, and she's like, yo, you have to give yourself grace. Like, my therapists have said that. My friends have said that. My grief counselor has said that. Everybody's like, Erica, you got to give yourself grace. I ain't going to lie. I'm a little hard on myself because when you feel like you should be at a certain place, here we go, should. See, I'm thinking about my therapist because she always told me should. It's a dangerous word because it's a bridge to expectations. When you don't meet it, it causes issues. So let me rephrase. Okay. When you want to be at a certain place and you're not there yet, it can cause you to feel like you are behind. Another thing that exquisitely Erica taught me is that timing really is everything. I launched this concept at the perfect time because creatively I feel so confident. I'm so proud of what I've done. I feel good about it. And I don't think if I launched it earlier, I would be that proud because I was very confused before. So timing is really everything. But I want you to think about, right? All the things we just talked about. Like, think about every area of your life. And if you are happy with every area of your life, that means you have been relaunching yourself consistently. You have been updating yourself. You are good, you are confident, you are well, and I'm proud of you and keep doing it. If there is an area that I've mentioned that makes you like, ooh, you know, ooh, she says something that lets us know, you and I, that we have some work to do. Is every area of your life getting filled properly? Are you being fair to yourself? Is there something that requires a shift and a change? Can we start today? Can we start with the thought process today? I want to say yes, but I'm going to be patient with you, right? I'm going to be patient with us. I'm going through it too. I know that I need a relaunch in my mindset and to get back to what helps me with clarity. I can't focus properly when I'm not organized. And sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. So I have to get back into that. I have to relaunch my mindset when it comes to my life. I am not giving every area attention. And that's not okay. That's why I feel off. You know when you just feel off, you're like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't feel right. If you sit with yourself long enough, you will get to the answer. I promise. I promise. So now I'm asking, right? Because we know what that feels like. Have you guys ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like I'm off, I'm off, I'm off, I'm off. I don't know what's wrong, girl. I just feel weird. That's what I used to say. Now, the question is, what does a relaunch look like to you? What do you need? What are the resources? Who do you need to talk to or not? What does a relaunch feel like to you? When could this relaunch happen? Do you need certain things to do this relaunch? Does your mindset have to be challenged when it comes to this relaunch? Are you organized for this relaunch? Do you have your task in order? How does your space look? All of these things are important, y'all. Making sure your space is clear really helps with your mind. When you're done thinking about this, here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about, what do you need to relaunch, and all these other questions that I just asked. And I would like for you to write it down somewhere, whether it is a journal entry, whether it is a to-do list, right? However you want. I want you to think about, what does relaunching me look like, right? Write it down, and then slowly think about steps that you need to take to get there. Slowly. And I really want you to be patient with yourself. Sometimes when you think about things like this, it can cause you to be a bit emotional, because we got to have some honesty in there. And the truth does hurt, right? The truth does hurt. It might also open up some other doors from the past, and maybe some childhood stuff, like other things could be opening up. And I think that's actually a great thing. But I really want you to think about that, because there is so much power when we are actually still and we think about, what does it take for us to relaunch? What does it take? And it's so interesting, right? Because I do believe in this, but launching Exquisitely, Erica, really brought me to this place, because I'm just like, yo, I did it, right? I finally did it. What else could I do? What else could I do? What else could I do? And I love what I did, and I'm proud of it. What else could I do? And more importantly, what else could you do? How would relaunching change your life? You know what I mean? How would it change your life? And the beauty of what can come out of deep pain. As I shared with you, I was depressed. The depression is what inspired me to come back to Save the Good Girl and to launch Exquisitely, Erica. Isn't that crazy? So if I can do that in the place that I was in, I know for sure that you can do it as well. And you are. We had another great, luxurious conversation. And I'm so proud of you. I really am, because I do feel like there's going to be some major shifts coming along. And I want to hear all about it, y'all. As always, I want to hear your feedback. Please go to savethegoodgirl.com and send me a message within the contact section. You can also send me DMs on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, or send me a message on Threads. I want to stay connected with you. If there's anything that stood out to you, if there's anything that you're like, ooh, I like that, or anything that you're like, ooh, I want to try that, or if you have an idea for me, because I'm learning too, we're learning together, please share that with me. And don't forget to follow Exquisitely Erica on Instagram and on TikTok. Also, there will be a section on savethegoodgirl.com for Exquisitely Erica content. And it's going to be all lifestyle, y'all. Candles, fragrances, makeup, beauty, home decor, all of these wonderful things. And I just want you to think about relaunching yourself, and the fact that you can, and the fact that you will, and to be proud of where you are right now and where you are going, because we are doing amazing. We really are. And we are living life luxuriously. But we do need to remember that luxury requires updating as well. And you're doing it. I love talking to you guys. I really do. I appreciate the growth. I appreciate you guys coming here. I get motivated when you guys come back. Really, like it brings me joy to see you guys listening, to see you guys being involved. And I love it so much. So think about relaunching yourself. I want to hear your thoughts on that. And I will talk to you guys next week on Save the Good Girl and the newly added Exquisitely Erica. Relaunch yourself, boo. Exquisitely. Love you. Bye.